While I can't say I'm a huge fan of the Mario platformers, I absolutely adore the Paper Mario games. Intelligent Systems have created the greatest Mario universe of all time with this series, and while I only played the first two games, that alone is enough to make me consider them to be the best Mario games. I actually beat Paper Mario only recently, but that's not my favourite Mario moment. My favourite Mario moment was beating the final boss of Paper Mario The Thousand Year Door, which is my favourite Mario game of all time, and the reason why this moment is so important to me was the time it took for me to beat it. I first got the game as a kid and remember enjoying it, but I eventually reached the last boss and it kicked my ass so many times that I could never beat it. Now, at the time I was in my early teens and my parents rented a house temporarily, so when we moved out of the temporary house, I left my copy of Paper Mario The Thousand Year Door behind, and somewhere down the line, my memory card with the game's data on it got corrupted, so I had to format it, erasing all of my files in order for me to keep using it, which was sad. Unfortunately, due to the insane price increase in recent years, I couldn't afford to buy a new copy and had to save up money. It wasn't until the last year in 2019 where I finally managed to get a hold of a copy of the game and replayed the entire thing from start to finish. I cannot begin to express how frustrating it is for me to have to go back and replay a game from scratch due to data loss. It feels like a punishment to me, not pleasure. But when I replayed Paper Mario The Thousand Year Door, this wasn't the case. I was actually enjoying it, possibly more than I enjoyed it as a kid. I remembered some parts of the game but forgot most of it. I had to use a guide for certain parts, but I enjoyed the experience so much that I managed to make it all the way to the end of the game quicker than I thought. Then I was face to face with the final boss, but unlike before as a kid, as an adult I have a lot more JRPGs under my belt, and therefore not only did I fill my inventory with Jelly Ultras, but I also made sure to equip the most optimal badge setup I had available. I came prepared, and needless to say, I beat the final boss on my first try. It was so satisfying to finally watch the final boss get defeated after so many years. It felt like a huge weight was lifted off my shoulders. I had finally got my revenge for what the final boss did to me as a kid. It was then that I realised just how much better I had become at JRPGs over the years. Every single world felt like its own saga, and the finale of this game was the cherry on top. On a slightly related note, I hereby challenge the button mappers to do a map out video on Paper Mario The Thousand Year Door, and you all better beat it. I'm not tolerating any more of Alex's Pokemon shenanigans where he quits the game partway through. He has to beat this game. This is your challenge, and if you fail, I'm calling the police.